Hey, thanks for joining us again. My name is O.S. Owen, and I'm your host today, and I'm with the AARP Foundation. Today we have a special guest in our studio today. We have Natalie Bonner, the CEO and co-founder. We've got the big guns in our studios today. Natalie, welcome. Thank you so very much out of your very, very busy schedule to stop by and speak with us. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to get right to it.
Okay.
Tell us about the Talented 10 Services. This is your agency. You gave birth to this. So give us some information about it and how you got started.
Okay, well, Talented 10 Social Services, our mission is to educate and empower disenfranchised families in Chicagoland by providing community initiatives, programs, and referral services.
Well, you said a mouthful right there.
I did.
Okay, for those who are like me, who are kind of slow, can you say that again, please?
Yes, we focus on providing community initiatives, so different programs, and we run from ages 0 to 99, so we have programs for babies and children as well as seniors, and referral services as well. So we
That's
do
a
lot
wide
of stuff.
range.
We do a lot of stuff.
So how did you come about this?
Well, I was in the financial field after I graduated.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at SIU Carbondale. Go Salukis.
All right.
And so I settled in Southern Illinois for a little while, and I dealt with a lot of disenfranchised individuals.
Yes.
I was doing life insurance and listening to their stories, seeing their living conditions. I kind of questioned what I really needed to do.
And what more could you do? I see you're sporting the colors Delta Sigma Theta. Did that have any influence in your decision to go into the social service?
Of course.
In what way?
Well, being a Delta means that you do service. That's what we do. That's how we started. That's how we were founded. And being a woman of Delta Sigma Theta, it's only my duty that I go out and give back, because that's what my founders did. That's what my sorors do now to this day. So
Okay, so you got this mission. You've identified this group of folks that are disenfranchised. And you saw that there was a niche for you to kind of get in and serve.
correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
So how did you give birth to this? And how did you put it on paper? How did you get the funding? Because we have folks in our viewing audience who might want to do the same thing, who always want to, I want to do a homeless shelter. I want to start a foundation. How did you get inspired to do this? Give me the real story.
Well, what I did was I just said, I'm doing it today. And that's how it happens. I thought about it for a very long time, and I just didn't take the steps. So what you do, you just go on to the Secretary of State, Jesse White, Cyber Illinois, or Cyber Drive, Illinois, and you get incorporated. You pay the fee. And I also was blessed to get a lot of assistance from Loyola University. So
You had some partners.
Oh, most definitely.
See,
that helped me
key.
out
You gotta
a lot.
have partners.
Key with being in the nonprofit industry is making sure that you utilize every resource that's available. And there are tons of resources, like tons.
Now, you said the disenfranchised. That could fill this whole block with folks who are disenfranchised.
Of course.
So, one, how long have you been serving the Chicagoland area? And two, how do people find you for service?
Okay, well, we've been incorporated since 2015. We started doing different programs in 2014.
Like what kind of program?
We did back-to-school programs, and we started to feed the homeless back in 2014. And we actually partnered with Penny Up, another nonprofit organization, and did some things with them. So besides that, we go to Inglewood, Roseland.
Inglewood's one of our targeted communities, Roseland.
And North
But you're based
Lawndale.
out of where?
We're based out of Naperville, because that's where I'm at.
Okay.
But I go where the need is.
All right. Well, Lawndale is one of our target communities. Inglewood, Roseland. You've mentioned all of our target communities.
Correct.
And we like to have our community partners on our show so folks know that it's not just us serving these communities. There are a lot of folks like you in the Talented 10th who are out here providing services. Okay, carry on. Keep going.
So, basically we just started to go out into the communities and try to reach out to different individuals. Like with our back to school programs, we had a program called Project Healthy Hood, And that basically consisted of gathering the small businesses in each area, having them come out for a Saturday, network and meet the individuals that actually live in the communities, because a lot of times they don't even get a chance to speak with one another and have
That's
a
right.
conversation. It's just commerce, you know. So actually just encouraging the spirit of camaraderie and unity, reaching out to the children and just talking to them, trying to uplift them so that they know that things are bigger and better. They actually get to see business owners who look like them, which is hugely important, so that they can actually strive to be better individuals.
Okay, and this is Project Healthy Hood. Okay, and this serves the children in the community, or this serves the whole neighborhood?
It serves the whole neighborhood.
Okay. It's part of a back-to-school program, is that correct?
No, that's actually separate.
Okay.
Yeah, the back-to-school program, we just focus on getting school supplies and things of that nature. With Project Healthy Hood, we're looking at business owners, we're looking at the actual individuals that live in that community. We try to get the aldermen involved so that people know where to go and get resources, where to go and get information, and just, you know, encourage a better spirit within the neighborhood.
Okay, now you mentioned that you have programs for seniors.
Now, as far as the seniors go, it's more of a referral base. I have a nice network as far as home health care. I do have a health care background as well. So what I'll do is if I get a call from a senior, I know the exact place to tell them where to go to get the right answers. I don't provide any specific services to seniors myself. That's more of a referral basis.
Referral network. For if I have a senior that's homeless, I could make that referral to you, and then you would direct her and guide her.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, how did you choose these areas to serve in? I mean, they're all needed areas. Every community needs to have this type of organization. Why these communities?
Because they're full of potential. One of my good friends, she's from Inglewood, and she came to Aurora, I think we were in 6th grade, and she's one of the brightest individuals I've ever met. And all she needed was the right platform, the right opportunity for that to be exposed and enhanced. Inglewood is full of individuals like that. All they need to know is that they need to believe in themselves. And they may not necessarily hear that or hear it enough. Plus, as far as the media is concerned, they focus on all of the bad things. I can honestly say I see tons of great things going on in Chicago all the time. And I wonder why those things aren't talked about more.
That's right.
So that's a big reason.
There's a lot going on in Inglewood.
A lot of good things.
Absolutely. And you only hear about those things that aren't so good, and you don't hear about the folks who are doing the good work and the programs that are changing the community. I know a couple of your programs. One is Feed a Soul and a Warm Heart. You know, I love the fact of feeding a soul. Give us some details about that.
Everybody should be able to eat. We need to eat to live. And, you know, we're very wasteful as Americans, for one. So
that's our culture.
It's our culture to overindulge because that's living the good life. It's not seen as being wasteful, but we have people who don't eat, can't eat. It's not right. So basically, we just want to make sure that once a month, because it's just a monthly program, once a month, we prepare lunch and we go to an area where we know there are individuals who are in need of a healthy meal. We give them the meal.
You said now prepare lunch. What do you mean? You get in there and put your gloves on and your sanitary hands and you fix food?
I actually do it. I do it myself. I am certified to prepare food.
Well, that's a big deal. You know, that's a big deal. And people who want to do this, if you're just tuning in, we are listening to Natalie Bonner. She is the CEO and founder of Talented 10th. She can be reached at 312-945-6206. Her website is www.talentedtenth.org. Please feel free to reach out to her if it's something that you think you want to do. All right, so now we've got warm a heart. So we're going to feed you, and then we're going to warm your heart. Tell me about warm a heart.
Well, I feel like the act of giving is what warms the heart. You know, a smile can change somebody's whole day. Just a kind gesture, someone saying, hey, you know, that blazer looks really great on you. You may be having a bad day. That could change your whole day. So just the act of giving and letting people know that other people care about them. A stranger, I don't know them, they don't know me, but I care about them. So that's the act of warming.
Well, how do you promote that? How would I know about that? I'm strolling through Inglewood or North Lawndale. How would I know about Warm a Heart?
You wouldn't. You wouldn't, because we pop up wherever. Now with the Operation Feed a Soul, Warm a Heart, yeah, that's wherever we see the need that day. A lot of times it may not be in the Inglewood area. We have had a lot of luck around Canal and 12th, around that area.
Yes, that's near
where,
Tent City, right?
Exactly.
So you have volunteers that join you. You have paid staff. I mean, what do? You're walking in the community?
It's just me and my partner, Jasmine. We're the ones that do that.
So how was this notion arrived? I mean, it's a great concept because we do it all the time unknowingly. Mm-hmm. But how did you say, well, you know what? Well, this is going to be an intentional thing that we're going to do. Jasmine, you and I, we're going to go down here and this is what we're going to do. I mean, what inspired you? Did something happen in your life? Did you see something and you said, well, here's an opportunity for us to create this?
You know what? I just feel like I'm a very humane person and people should be able to eat. I mean, people should be able to eat, and I want to address as many needs as possible, and that's one of the needs. Hunger is a need. It's a problem, so I want to solve as many problems as I can and connect with individuals who are on the same wavelength as I am so that we can help as many people as possible, because that's why we're here.
Well, we're here to serve each other.
Exactly.
We're all here. And it shouldn't have to hurt to be on this planet. And a lot of folks are in situations due to misfortunes, due to mistakes, and due to other people's abuse. So we have a debt to serve each other. And you definitely being a prime example, of that. So, okay, you say you started in 2014. Mm-hmm. You got incorporated in 2015.
Correct.
Right? So now it's 3 years, 4 years later down the road. How many communities do you serve?
Well, we serve Aurora, because that's where I'm from. We still serve Roseland, and we're really focusing more so on Inglewood. So those would be the 3 communities right now.
Now, is this your full-time occupation?
Yeah. Well, yes, for the most part. I write children's books as well.
Is that right? You're an author.
I am.
So now we're getting to the heart of the matter here. I believe that artists such as writers and painters help us keep our humanity. Mm-hmm. All right, and so now I'm looking for what was the spirit motivation in doing this. Now I see it. Now we're getting it out. What do you write?
I write children's books. So I have several books because I'm a mother as well. I have a 17-year-old and I have a 2-year-old.
At the end of both ends of the spectrum. Is the 17-year-old helping raise a 2-year-old?
You know what? She does. She loves him and he loves her. So they were actually the motivation behind the books. My daughter was turning 16, wanted to do something special for her. I'd actually written books a few years ago, just never did anything with them. So I said, hey, I'm going to write this book. I'm going to self-publish it. My daughter's turning 16. I wanted to feel special.
That's powerful.
It is.
That's powerful.
It is.
So I want you to look into the camera and tell our viewing audience, you can do it too. You did it. How can they do it? To be inspired, to let your inner inspiration come out. It takes a lot to write a book. It takes a lot to do this. And how special do you have to be in order to do it? So tell our fans out there. Tell them.
I'm no different from anyone. I think that the only blocks that we have are the blocks that we create within ourselves. So what I would say is make up your mind that you're going to do whatever it may be, and success is different for each individual. So once you make up your mind, that's all you need to do. Just know that you're capable. Everything that you need is already inside of you, and once you do take that step, everything that you need will attract itself to you. Ways will be made, doors will be open, and the next thing you know, you'll be living your dream.
Well, tell us about the challenges as a woman, as a black woman. I mean, you're in there serving the community. You're doing this yourself. How do people perceive you?
Well, I'm actually very used to being the only black woman in the room. With my previous profession in the financial industry, I was surrounded by older white gentlemen, maybe a few white ladies here and there. So I'm used to being the only one around. And to be honest, it doesn't bother me at all. If it's not a seat at the table, you bring your own chair. So that's what I did.
That's right.
And so, the only challenges, like I said, are in your mind, because you can't control any type of external situation. You can't control how people are going to perceive you, how they're going to treat you. The only thing that you can control is how you react to that. That's the only thing you can do. So I would say there are no struggles. They're not. You can do whatever you want to do. You just keep it moving. Not saying things are going to be smooth, because that's unrealistic. However, they're possible.
Now, okay, in these communities, do you have community partners in each community, or do you have an overarching partner that helps you through all these communities?
Well, it depends on the program. I just end up connecting with different people all the time. Like right now, we have a program planned in Aurora for prom for high school students who aren't, able to go out and buy the dresses and the tuxedos and things of that nature. So
Is it that time again already?
Already, it's coming up already. So we connected with the Aurora Township and different barbers and different beauticians in the community who are going to actually donate their services to these high school students. So it depends on the program. I want to work with everybody. So once we have that connection established, I always reach out to let them know what's going on.
So you go out and find partners. You identify partners and services
definitely.
And bring them to the table. Excuse me, if you're just tuning in, we are here with Natalie Bonner, CEO and co-founder of the Talented 10th. She can be reached at 312-945-6202. Website is www.talentedtenth.org. It's just, refreshing to have you here and service. See, serving food, serving smiles, that's service in its raw form. I mean, we have service in restaurants, we have service in hotels, but this is human service. Mm-hmm. And you're serving everybody, white, black, homeless, it doesn't really matter. And I'm sure at the end of the day, how do you feel at the end of the day?
I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
And which is?
Which is helping people. You never know who you're going to need help with.
Now, you know what, and that's an interesting story. At some point in time, we all need service.
Oh, most definitely.
And I know I've been in a situation where I needed help, but I didn't know how to ask for the help. And I said, I wish somebody would help me. I wish somebody would recognize that I'm in need. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't know how to go about asking for help. So I started doing service as well. And let me do this. For more information about the AARP Foundation, we can be reached at 312-660-8655. Our website is www.aarp.org. Experience Corps, we're constantly looking for volunteers, those that are 50 and over, to be tutors and mentors for kindergartners, first graders, second graders, and third graders in the Chicago public schools. Now, back to you. So now, it's 2019. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, it's 2025. Oh, wow. What's the Talented 10th doing?
Oh,
don't think about it. Come on, give it to us.
I already know exactly what we'll be doing by 2025. We will have several locations. We will have a location in Aurora. We'll have 3 locations in Chicago. So we'll have one in Inglewood, we'll have one in Roseland, we'll have one in North Lawndale, we'll have one in East St. Louis, because that's kind of home to me as well. We'll have daycares, we'll have our own schools, we will have our own libraries, we'll have our own computer labs, we'll have our own workout stations, we'll have our own doctors and chiropractors, we'll have our own natural pharmaceuticals as far as herbs, we'll have our own farmers market. We're going to have everything.
Well, I like the vision. I like the boldness. Mm-hmm. Your story will inspire other people to be able to reach their dreams and their heights. But let me ask you this now. Have you built a succession plan? If you're no longer available or around to do this, who's going to run this mission? Have you got a team of folks that are waiting in the wings for you, that you're grooming? What's the game plan for that?
You know what? It's funny you asked that because that is exactly where my mind is right now. As far as mentoring some individuals besides my daughter, because of course my hope is that she would want to follow in my footsteps. However, that is something that I'm working on right now because it's very important that the work doesn't stop.
That's
and
right.
That you teach everything that you know, because I've learned a lot from a lot of different people. So
oftentimes we have organizations that are doing great work and they solely depend on the organizer, on the CEO. And when the CEO is no longer available to serve, the organization dies.
Right.
And I would hate to not have a talented 10th in 2025. I would hate for these services to no longer be available because they're needed, they're essential. And as an artist, as a writer, you remind us of our humanity. I'm just so crazy about the feed of soul and the warm of heart, paying the compliments. And especially in this environment right now, it's hard to pay someone a compliment and it be a compliment.
Right.
There has to be some ulterior motive behind the compliment.
That's
and
true.
We, have been, afraid to even say nice things to people now because not knowing what happened to them, and everybody's entitled to feel the way they feel. And people have all types of experiences.
That's
true.
True.
Now we just have to really, really be careful. So with that being in mind, are you careful in paying a compliment, or do you just let it rip?
Oh, you know what? I let it rip. I'm not I really don't hold back too much. I mean, I'm pretty reserved, so I'm intentional about what I say. So I speak from the heart, and people know that I'm genuine. And you did touch on something that I'd like to throw in there about the mental state and not knowing how people are feeling.
You're out there on the front line, so you see a lot of it. Please expound for us.
Another thing that we're working on is support groups. We want to start having more conversations about things that plague us as humans and it not be taboo. So dealing with grief, dealing with depression, bullying, caretakers, that's huge.
That's huge.
So we want to start having these conversations. It doesn't make you crazy. It makes you human. And start breaking down those barriers, because I do think that's really what the problem is. Everybody's dealing with so much and you're afraid. You don't know people's intentions. So yeah, we need to start having these conversations and being better to each other.
Now, is there any training that you have to have, or that your staff has to have, or your team have to have in order to carry this work out?
Most definitely. We are certified with the state of Illinois to provide those mental health services in our communities. So anything that you're trying to do, you want to make sure that there is no license or registration or any type of certificate that is involved before you go out and do it. You want to make sure that you're doing things the proper way.
So there's a lot. So there's a lot
of work
behind the pages here. So what education is required in order to do this?
Well, like I said, my partner Jasmine Weaver, she is an LCPC, so she is a counselor.
LCPC,
that is a licensed clinical professional counselor.
Okay.
Yes, I believe that's her lingo. I'm an econ major.
So you deal with the money and she deals with the services, right?
She deals with the mental health. She is the clinical director. Okay. Yes. And for more information, her information is definitely on our website as well, Jasmine Weaver.
Now, I got to ask the big question. Who pays for this?
You know what?
I mean, where does the money come from to provide these services?
We have several individual donors. I pay for it. We have partners like Walmart, Target, Sam's. We get donations from a plethora of places. We even have trips that we're waiting to give away. So there are so many resources. Like I said, you just have to make sure that you go out there and you do the work. If you do the work, you'll be good.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, we are with Natalie Bonner, the CEO and co-founder of the Talented 10th. Please feel free to reach out to her at 312-945-6202 if you need referral services, or if you're just even interested in kind of doing what she's doing. And at the same time here, we are AARP Foundation Experience Corps. My name is O.S. Owen, and I am your host, and we are constantly looking for those that are 50 and over to be volunteer tutors and mentors for kindergartners, first graders, second graders, and third graders. Now, we've got a few seconds left here.
Okay.
So now, if someone wanted to support your organization or even be a part of it or even expand it, what do they need to do?
Well, they can definitely contact me, and my email is n.bonner@talentedtenthss.org, or you can also contact info@talentedtenthss.org. You can give me a call at 312-945-6202, and I will make sure to get back with you.
And it can be any community in the city of Chicago.
Of course.
Are you just within the city limits, or you're actually in Aurora, so you're outside of the city. So
Oh, most
how
definitely.
far do your services go?
You know what? Wherever the services are needed, if we can help you. So we serve Will County, Kendall County, Kane County, Cook County, basically all of the surrounding counties. If you give us a call, if we're able to help you, we will. If we can't help you ourselves, we'll definitely find out who can.
Well, Natalie, we want to thank you for taking the time to join us. Wishing you much, much continuing success.
Thank you.
And thank you all out there for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again. My name is O.S. Owen, and I am the volunteer recruiter for the AARP Foundation. Until next time, take care.